What's shaking in power, people? It's time to... Oh, no! What are we going to do? I can't breathe now. Hey, it's coming soon. It's called mandates, baby. Get your mask on.
They bring it back. Paper bags.
Get your mask on because the world is caving in. Well, here's what we're going to talk to you about today. Keith, you're going to like this. Making money from the mandates.
Yeah.
How do we make money from the mandates? That's a good question. Well, I'll tell you what you don't do. You don't listen to those giving you the mandates. Because they don't want you to make money. And I'll tell you what they don't want you to be is empowered.
Yeah.
They don't want that, do they, boys?
Mm-hmm. Hell no.
Yeah.
They don't want a well-educated society following them. They want a bunch of dumb people.
Yeah.
A bunch of liberals.
Do not wake up until further notice.
We got everything covered.
We got it all covered. You just put your diaper on. Everybody's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And let's just sing Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord.
Yeah, what did Reagan say? When someone from the government shows up and say, hey, we're here to help, that means run like hell.
Yeah, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. That's what
you can trust me.
You can trust me. I'm reliable.
Yeah, I'm in the government.
Yes. And here's how you know you can trust the government. Because every single thing the government has facilitated, created, and invested in has all made money. Yeah. And that's a joke.
Perfect example. The black community.
Exactly.
That is sad. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. I mean, look at ethanol. I'll tell you what. How about we do this? Let's take some corn and put some ears in the gas tank and see how that works out. The reality of it is, if that wasn't funded by the government, it wouldn't have made money. It wouldn't have worked. It would have gone out long time ago. Mm-hmm. So here's what we want to talk to you about, because I think there are some things that are going to continue to be happening where we're going to have some craziness from the regulatory people, governmental people along the way. I mean, we've seen it in the past, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, knee-jerk reactions, doing things that causes people to say, time out, are they taking freedoms or not? I think that's the course. But here's really the idea. In any time that there's something that shifts, economies shift, because you can't control the government. You can't, I can't, you can't, right? We can't control those things. We can't control what happens and what legislatures pass down as laws. We can't control that. Yeah. We can vote, we can be a part of the system, but there's a lot of things we can't control. Right. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, what can we do on the journey? As an example, I was talking with somebody the other day from California, and they made a lot of money during the first COVID stuff through selling masks. Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna be a part of that." So the challenge here is to think about, like, invest in companies that supply product for the fear.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what are some of those things out there? You got people going. Remember when they were running and getting like toilet paper and paper towels and crazy stuff. But okay, what are some of the companies that do some of those products?
Walmart.
What about Walmart? What about Amazon? People, if they're going to the store less, or they're worried, or they're concerned, as people are finding these things, even if they're rejecting the mandates, they're still in a situation where there's some element of control that people are like, you know what? I don't want to be a part of that.
Right. Netflix is another one, because a lot of people are not going to be going to see movies.
No, that's exactly right. So if you're investing in movie theaters, that may not be a good idea. I mean, what are some of the other things you guys are seeing along the way, though, that I think
sell your cinema stock.
Yeah, quick.
Put it all in Netflix.
Well, I'm just saying, when you think about that, he's not telling you to actually go do that. What he's saying is think about it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, Kevin, when you think about that, it's like, okay, let me see. This is what I hear a lot of times from people. They say, well, I invested in this stock, and I really believe that I'm going to be able to make a lot of money. It went down, but I'm going to wait until it comes back to sell it. Like, how does that make any sense?
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe what you should do is invest in something that actually has more demand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the idea. And we looked at like YouTube as an example. We looked at some of the things that kind of really blew up during that season. Rumble's another one. So looking at some of these products and looking at some of these services that give people the ability where they're going to make money through thick or thin.
Yeah.
I tell you what's another thing that's kind of interesting. There's a company that sells kind of prepackaged, ready-made meals. They're healthy, carb-counted kind of stuff, right to your door. So those are kind of things that are not going away.
Right. Yeah. That's a great idea. Yeah. So a lot of people not eating out. They order food like Grubhub. Uber Eats.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So I think you got to be in a place where you think about that. You got to be thinking about where is money moving. And Keith is saying, it's moving right to my pocket.
Yeah, COVID tests. My wife was always buying those COVID tests.
Yeah.
She was always buying that crap. We still got a bunch of COVID tests.
Do you?
Yeah.
They probably got COVID in them.
Probably. That's probably why I keep getting COVID.
I remember there was some nurses. I can't remember where they were from. They were saying that they tested like 10 people. There was like 3 different nurses. I'm gonna may get this wrong, but I'm paraphrasing the conversation. There was like 3 different nurses from different hospitals, and they took tests and they sent them in, and they swabbed nobody. So they just had the test, ripped it open, took it, put it in whatever it is, sent it off to get tested, and something like 6 or 7 of them came back positive.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
So COVID's in water now?
It's going waterborne.
It's crazy. But you do want to be thinking this way. Here's what happens sometimes, though, guys. And I think you've seen this in life, and I've seen it. It's almost like deer in a headlight. Right? So, I mean, everybody knows that analogy of deer in a headlight where, you're driving a car, headlights are on, deer's looking, almost like paralyzed.
Like, should I run or should I just keep watching the lights?
Maybe I should get hit by the car. And that's what happens with a lot of people is they're in a place where they are so overwhelmed and really overstimulated, by the way.
That's what it is, overstimulated.
Yeah, and they're listening to all these voices, and so they're in a place where they just can't make good choices. And so what you need to do is you need to be able to unplug from things and kind of rethink about like, okay, what should you actually be doing? What is actually going on? And if people are in a situation where they're staying home, they're going to still buy certain things. They're going to still be involved in certain things. And if that's the case, what is it that they're involved in?
Yeah.
What are they gonna buy? What are they gonna be? Gaming, obviously. There's investments in stocks that gaming companies that, just all these little things that you got to think about to say, if you're gonna empower yourself and you're gonna empower your wealth, don't just do what you've traditionally done and do what Kevin did. No, you got something to say. I know something's in the brain. You lie. Come on, Kevin, bring it out, baby.
in Walmart.
Bring it out.
Amazon.
Yeah. Remember we went to what was it, Albertsons, right when the pandemic hit? Just letting people go to the store and buy stuff from the grocery store. It was like a scene out of a movie, man. Everybody was covered up. Everybody was like, like,
don't touch
it
me.
from me. This is mine. And buying the stuff is just like, man, people just, it's easy to scare people.
It is.
And it's sad.
It is sad.
You find out how dumb society is.
Yeah, they're sheeps. They're sheeps, not with an S, but they're sheep with an S. So listen, you got to be in a place where you're paying attention. And when you have your monies, whether it's in a 401k, whether it's in a regular investment account, whether you're buying stocks, whether you're buying cryptocurrency, whatever you're investing in, real estate, by the way, I mean, another great example. Like you're like, okay, let me think about it. Some other mandates are coming down, potentially. Our government's a little bit gone wild, and we know that. And maybe what I should do is go invest in some shopping centers in Chicago. Because they're getting them on the cheap. That's probably not a good idea.
Right.
Or maybe I should go invest in, I don't know, something that you have to practically go do. So think about what you're doing is what we're saying. Slow down, revisit, rethink, and then say, okay, what are some of the demand objects? What are some of the companies? Maybe it's a Procter & Gamble, maybe it's a Walmart, maybe it's an Amazon, maybe it's some other things like that where regardless of economic condition, regardless of people staying home or not or whatever, they're going to have demand.
Yeah, just try to replicate, what life was like before, when the last lockdowns occurred, Look what was thriving.
Yeah.
Walmart, Grubhub, Netflix.
Yeah.
Because everybody was at home.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So pay attention on the way, make money from the mandate, and until next time, masks off, baby. Peace out.